Good morning everybody and welcome to October, welcome to Italy. I hope you all are doing well. Look at this beautiful morning right here at my farm. It looks really stunning. It is incredible. Just so incredible nice. So October month, our soybean is ready to harvest, and that is what we're gonna do. I have this swather down at the field. We're gonna pick up the header with this. There we go. And let's see if we can go out of this little place here. Thank you for all your comments regards to this ramp here. Yes, it is amazing. It works just like a charm. That is beautiful. So this little vineyard tractor here is really cool. I have not appreciated that in the past, but I must admit that I'm gonna do that now for sure. So right here we got the header for our grain, and that is the one we're gonna use like that, and we're gonna turn on the beacons because we have to do that. Just like that. This is really nice. I'm looking forward to do this harvest here because it means we can... Oh, that was a steep hill. That means we can actually start to produce our own pig food, and maybe we're gonna get so much soybeans so we maybe can sell some of it, but I don't know yet. I have the swather right here. Let's see if we can line this up properly. We should be able to, right? Maybe, I don't know. There we go. We're gonna turn all this off and see if we can take the swather and the header out in the field. Let's see here. Start this up. I was not dead center, but I can manage to do it anyway, I think. I really hope you all are doing well, guys. I just want to say thank you for all your support and kindness always. Look at that. Just like a charm. This was Farmer Murphy that told me about this header trailer here so it could work together. That is nice. Oh, so this field here is actually quite big, and we're gonna get out of this. It says here harvest quantity 40,874. Now I'm looking forward to see how much that is with this swather here, because we should gain some more. So I'm gonna write that number down, and then I will see you out in the field. Well, the harvest is still ongoing. I just discovered a thing. Besides, it is quite dark. Then the sugar beet field here is ready to harvest, guys. I have totally forgot that. So I need to come up with an idea to harvest this before, because we need to do that here in November as well. Yeah. All the corners here of the soybean, I will harvest that afterwards so we can get it all. But I got an idea. Okay, listen to me now. In here in beet harvesters, we got this one here. It cost us 699,000, but it will cost 35,000 to lease. Okay. It can hold 43,000. The Colossus is based on this as far as I can see. And it can hold 45,000 liters if we're gonna keep it in that capacity. And of course I'm gonna do that because I don't like to go up to those. I think it is pointless after my playstyle at least. We're gonna keep it at 10 kilometers power. We're gonna not install GPS because I'm gonna use Courseplay. And beacon light, now we can do it. I'm gonna go for the rotating beacon because I like that most. So that is it, okay? But we're gonna make it in a yellow color. Can we do it in Farmer Mike yellow? Yes, we can. That looks actually quite good. And then we can make things black. I think onyx black. Yeah, let's do it. I think this will. Yeah, that looks actually quite okay. The only thing you can see it is not a Europa. It says Colossus here, but this one here, it will only cost us 18,000 to lease. So I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna take a header. Sugar beet header on 4 meters. We can also do potatoes and so on and so forth. This is actually quite neat. Yeah. We're gonna lease this one as well. That is pretty darn cheap to lease that. So that means we can get the machinery, we can start the harvest, and I have to find a place to sell everything. Nice. And here she is. It is a beauty, right? I think it looks really good, especially with the rotating beacons and Farmer Mike yellow. Yeah. So I was tempted to say that this has taken a hot minute. I've used just around 1 hour to set this up. Because the sell point on this map is not good for sugar beets. You have to, together with auto drive, you have to drive into a building and then reverse in an angle, and yeah, that doesn't work. And I also want to have a bigger trailer, so I leased myself a trailer together with my own trailer, and yeah, I ended up with what I will call for a farm sale. So I have a sell point on my farm and we're gonna sell up there. And no, it is not easy because believe me, the tractor's gonna struggle with sugar beet up at the hills, that's for sure. And believe me when I say I drive the wrong way. There we go. This will take a hot minute, that's for sure. It is a big old machinery on those roads here, but the turning the turning radius on this is really good. Here we go. Lights on, beacons on. We're gonna drive into the fence and everything is good. Just in the best farmer Mike style, right? Back on the farm, back on the farm. I don't want to say safe back on the farm, but back on the farm. There we go. The soybean harvest is done. We just need to collect it all. But I think it is quite important with the sugar beet harvest because this, as I told you a little bit earlier, this is the last day we can do this, guys. So we're gonna borrow the old soybean field here a little bit because I want to show you up here. I got 2 tractors waiting for carting. That is pretty darn good. To try to avoid all the fences and trees around the field, I think I'm gonna drive the opposite way around the field with Courseplay. Let us just get into it, shall we? And I will see you when we are done. Well, I'm just gonna interrupt the cinematic a little second. Guys, what is going on? What is going on right here? I have no clue whatsoever. So let's see what happens if I'm gonna stop auto drive. Look at that. I'm gonna try to detach the trailer. Yes. That looks a little bit odd, right? Can I drive underneath it? Underneath it? Yeah. So no collision detected at all. Strongman, I have to turn that on and see if I can get it down again. Okay, where is my trailer? Now my trailer is over there? What is going on? Ah, look at the map. It is attached to me. Look. I have never tried this before. I'm just picking up the last soybean, harvest the last soybean on the field. And the sugar beet field is done. I really don't know what that was all about, but anywho, the sugar beet field is done and we are up to wobbling 379,000. I just have to look at my numbers here. We got 331,911 for those sugar beets, so that is pretty good. So that tells me one thing. It tells me that we probably have to do some olive very, very soon. It is a lot sooner than I thought, but anywho, that is where we are right now. But first of all, we have some job to do. I'm considered to sell that field we just harvested. Maybe it is a little bit cheat, I don't know. But maybe buy another field. It depends how much we're gonna get for the field, because I really want to get into some olive, and that will be quite expensive. I feel like I have equipment all over my farm right now. Yeah, you can say that the sugar beet harvest went wrong. It went sideways. Is that what you say? Yeah. There we go. We are done with this, and that is really, really, really nice. I want to paint some grass on this side of the fence all the way down, because we were struggling to get through with this, and I don't want to struggle with things, so and we cannot sell the fence, so we're gonna paint some grass just like that. And here we go with this one here. We're gonna turn on the beacon so the driver of the swather know we are arriving. Okay. The driver of the swather is me. Can we now get this on again without any troubles? Normally, yes. But go forward, please. Thank you. A little more. I think we're good. Yeah. Now that works always and works like a charm. So the sell point down here, you did also see it in the short cinematic. I placed the sell point right there and painted some grass in between the production and the sell point, and planted a little tree for the environment. I think that is quite important. There we go. Yeah, this went a little bit wrong, you can say that, right? We're gonna park this in here, just like that. I'm gonna show you what I mean with grass on the other side of the fence, because I don't want to struggle with get stuck to the fence here. That's for sure. I think we can do it before we gonna pick up all the soybeans. So if we're gonna go into grass, this is the right here. I want to paint some grass. Okay, so we're gonna do it like this. Just make a border here all the way through and paint some grass, so we can do it a little more easy and get through the field without getting stuck in the fence. So I'm gonna do this and I will get back to you in a little second. Just like that. And when we're gonna harvest next time, you can see we're gonna be have a good distance to the fence. That is a lot better than getting stuck all the time. Now we got 379,000. That is good. I know we got a loan, and that is right here, 150,000. We're gonna pay the loan out, and then we're gonna see what we can get for the field if we're gonna sell that, because we want to get into some olive. And that is field number 5. We're gonna get a lot of money. Maybe too much, I don't know, but we're gonna sell it. I don't want that field anymore, but I want this field. This can seem a little bit cheaty, I know that, but there is sunflower ready to harvest. I'm not gonna harvest that. Just because I did what I did right now. We have now 321,000 and we are debt free. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna buy ourselves a plow, and then I will get that delivered to the farm, and we're gonna plow that sunflower field so we can have a field there. I prefer to have the field there instead of field number 5. So yeah, that's the way we're gonna do things. There we go, in a New Holland blue color as well. The one and only plow I will need. That's for sure. And maybe the sunflower field, I just have to look into the shape of the field and how hilly it is. Maybe that is the field we're gonna do with olive. And yes, I will make olive oil, that's for sure. I don't know how we're gonna do that, if we're just gonna use the one production to do that. I don't know guys. Not yet at least. Right here we got the field. There we go. As you can see, we got sunflower. It is ready to harvest, but because I did swap out the field, we pretend that this field is withered, and we not can do anything about that. That is just bad luck for me. Just like that. We're gonna do a cosplay here. And I think we gonna do 3-4 headlands, because I don't want any rounded corners on this field. I think we can do that. Yeah, let's try that, shall we? See how it works. It seems okay. As you can see, it is more connected to the farm with this field here. There we go. So I think this is the right thing to do. I hope you agree with me. And I hope we got sharp corners here. I hope that we not gonna interfere with any light poles, trees, fence, cars, buildings, anything. Nice. We are plowing, and now we can also do some plowing contracts. That is amazing, guys. Maybe this field will be a little bit big for olive. It's a big field. But we can also have... We also need a lot of olive because the equipment is quite expensive. We do got 300,000 now. It is not quite enough. Yeah, so that's the way we're gonna do it. As you can see down here, just next to the field, we got our grass field. Just like that. It hurts my soul a little bit that we're gonna plow up the sunflowers, but that is what I'm gonna pay to flip the other field, because we did earn a lot of money from that sugar beet field, and as you can see, we are debt free and we still got 300,000 in the bank, and we got this field, so I don't have to complain over that, that's for sure. And last time I did talked about to have a road down here, down to that road, but now we can have a road down to this field. Nice. And included a little more in the farm, to the farm. That is really, really awesome. Now, do we gonna have a little problem with that tree? No, I think we... No. Maybe, no, I don't think so. It's a really odd shape. No, okay, that was weed. Further ahead, okay. Yeah. So, I think we are good. I think we can manage to do this field without doing anything extra to the field with grass borders and so on and so forth. That is actually quite nice. Yeah, this will take some time. Let me see here. It will take 44 minutes. That is not so bad, but it looks just so darn big. But very soon we have done a headland. I'm gonna try again with a cinematic, and I do hope that everything is working as it should. And we don't gotta plow up in the air or... yeah, something like that, right? I will see you when we are done. Well, the field is plowed. this has been a very strange episode, I think. But nonetheless, we are where we are now, and yeah, I think that is pretty good actually. Next time we're gonna look into, I think we're gonna try to put some olive down here on this field. I have found the olive oil production on this map, and we're gonna lease that production for sure. Right here we're gonna make a road eventually. So we're not gonna use the one production for that. And next time we are in November as well next time, and we're gonna pick up all the soybean in there, and we're gonna, I think we're not gonna have the straw. I don't think we need that, so maybe we're just gonna pick up the soybean. I have written down how much soybean the field told me to get, and then we can compare how much we're gonna get from the smother extra to see if it is doable, if it can pay out. So let's see, we're gonna put the plow in here, I think. There we go. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can see what we're doing. Right there, we can please detach the plow. Yeah. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. I don't know what the thumbnail is, if it is the trailer or just the harvester itself, or maybe some third thing. I don't know, guys. But that was a that was a episode, right? Yeah, it was an episode, that's for sure. So yeah, what should I say? We got a T7, everything is good. Thank you for being here, guys. It means so much to me. I will see you in the next episode. Be safe. Bye bye.